everyone, Nadeem here with PC.Solutions.Net. Welcome. And today we are going to talk a little bit about a security incident. I don't think I've ever encountered something like this, and it's weird why we have not encountered something like this before. The probability of something like this happening is pretty high.
I take the money that I would have spent on coffee and pay someone in India to do my job for me. It's allowed me to unleash my full potential.
So the issue happened at a customer, and I'll try to reveal as much as I can without revealing the identity of anybody involved. An employee at a company outsourced their job to somebody offshore. So what happened is this was an engineering person, and he got a job at a company, and he outsourced everything that he's supposed to do to somebody offshore in Asia. He did that because he already had another full-time job. So he was focused on his first job, and the second job he got, he outsourced it to another person in Asia, which for the longest time nobody knew what was going on. This is a big issue because there are some requirements for companies where they cannot offshore certain types of things, certain types of projects. So the company never knew that this one guy was outsourcing his job to Asia. The way they found out was that one day, one of the managers got an email from this person in Asia with screenshots that he's the one who's actually doing the work, and he has not gotten paid, and he needs to be paid. So here's the situation now. So this person hired a third-party person in Asia to do his job, and then he stopped paying this person. Of course, this person was pissed off, right? This person in Asia reached out to management and said, hey, I want to get paid, or I've got all these screenshots, or I'm going to go public with this. That was a big thing. We don't talk about issues like this, especially as the world is getting smaller and people are working remotely since the pandemic. The company did not have any policy where work cannot be outsourced. There was nothing mentioned in their employee policy. There were no indications to management that the work was not being done by the employee hired, it was being done by a third party. The employee of the company was giving this offshore guy access to his computer at his house to log in through, so that the company would never be able to detect where they thought it was the actual employee logging in from his house. Do you have systems in place to detect things like this? So the question came up in one of our discussions with a security provider, and the way we detect issues like this is all of our customers, all the devices have our app on the device. Our app, number one, will restrict installing third-party remote apps. So, that's what you have to do to give another person remote access to your machine. First of all, they'll restrict it. And number two, even if they don't restrict it, they will flag us that remote access is happening to this machine from this location. So those are the things that we capture this information and we block it. Great, we can detect it, and our TechRes customers, we implement things like this, and that telemetry data that we get, we have rules to where we automatically, intelligently block stuff like this. So if one day an employee decided, okay, I'm going to outsource my job to somebody in Asia, first of all, we won't allow them to install remote access app on their machine, but because they'll need approval. But let's say they got around that and they or maybe they had it, maybe it came with the machine, who knows? So even if they have that app installed on the machine, our telemetry data will red flag that when that remote session happens, and it will flag the IP address of the remote session as well, and the rules on the back end will automatically block and deny that session. So that's how we detect issues like that. Now, the problem happens when your MSP does not have the technology to collect this telemetry data and make sense of it. a lot of MSPs out there do not have this capability. It's taken us quarter century to get to where we are. It's not like a 10-minute MSP can't just implement something like this. So as an enterprise, if you're a larger enterprise or if you're a small business, make sure that you have systems in place that can detect things like this. And if you're a smaller company and you have an MSP or an IT company, make sure they are implementing technology where they can detect issues like this and automatically block this. This is just one example. And in this industry, I thought I had seen and heard everything, but I had not heard about this. Which, by the way, it's a great idea, right? So you can get 4 or 5 different jobs and just outsource a bunch of them to somebody else. Hopefully, this will trigger some process innovation in the people that are watching this video, and let me know if you've had an issue like this. It's almost funny. It's not, but it's almost funny. I don't know why not more people are doing something like this. If you have issues, something that's a one-off that you think is an anomaly, do let me know. I love to figure out how we can detect and respond to issues like this, especially novelty issues like this. And if you enjoy the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, so you'll be reminded when a new video comes out. Everybody have a great day and be safe.